Boxing Truth here. I had to talk a little bit about Carl the Gift Frampton. I saw a post earlier on social media. It showed a picture of 14 world champions in the UK. And I was looking through the list of names, looking at the images. And I found a couple of imposters. Not truly world champs because they've gotten gift decisions. And that's Carl Frampton and James DeGale. Both of those guys are imposters, coming off gift decisions. Didn't win the fight on my scorecard, at least. Not in my eyes. There's really only 12 British world champions. Well, really 11. James McDonald's got a regular strap. Can't really count that as a real world title. But Carl Frampton's back-to-back gift decisions have now earned him pound-for-pound status. Getting a lot of recognition now with that big win over Leo Santa Cruz. It was an upset win. A lot of people were counting Carl Frampton out. And as a result, Al Heyman, finally, congratulations. One of your clients is rated on the pound-for-pound list, according to Rig Magazine. Other than Floyd Mayweather, one of your clients is actually on the list. But it's based off gift decisions. Now, Frampton, he fought well, he fought hard, but he lost, at least in my eyes. And Santa Cruz, two reasons why a lot of people feel, in my opinion, a lot of people feel he lost the fight. He's not very well liked because he was protected from Heyman from the Rigondeaux fight. The opponents he's been fighting, usually, since that Rigondeaux fight was discussed. And also, a lot of people felt Leo Santa Cruz was going to trash Carl Frampton. He was going to dominate him and at least win a clear decision. But it was a tight, closely contested fight. It was a competitive fight. And as a result, Frampton is getting a little more credit than he really deserves. Don't really feel he won the fight. But now, he's getting pound-for-pound recognition. He's a two-division world champion. He's undefeated officially. But in my eyes, he's Carl the Gift Frampton. I'm not a big fan of Carl Frampton. He's a little diva. He showed his divaness during the Scott Quigg fight. All that bullshit, the corny shit with the dressing room. Barely landed any meaningful punches in that fight. It's mostly Scott Quigg that did the damage. And now, because he was really counted out in this fight with Santa Cruz, he's getting more credit than he really deserves. But I'm not hating. I'm just telling it like it is. I see Frampton as a guy who's gotten two gift decisions in his two biggest fights, and now he's earned pound-for-pound recognition as a result of this. But I want to see Leo Santa Cruz right this wrong, do what he was supposed to do. He won the fight in my eyes, but he didn't dominate him. He was supposed to trash him, destroy him, or at least win a clear-cut decision. So I'm hoping Santa Cruz, if the rematch clause is in place, will enforce that rematch clause. But that's the thing. I'm not sure if it's up to Santa Cruz and his team. It might be up to Uncle Al. We all know how Santa Cruz feels about Uncle Al. He's going to do what Al tells him to do. So it's safe to say that the rematch is in the hands of Al Heyman, if he truly wants to make that fight. But there are other options. The unification with Lee Selby, it's a business fight. It'll make sense business-wise in the UK. I'm not sure if it's a more exciting fight than Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz, Frampton, those two guys' styles will make for a great fight, an entertaining fight. But I don't know if the rematch is going to take place next. I'm not sure if it's really up to Santa Cruz, if he even does have a rematch clause in place. Now, a lot of people are talking about Frampton and Rigondeaux. I just don't get it. I mean, I mean, people saying he ducked him. Okay, whatever. He took money fights instead of fighting a guy who doesn't bring any money to the table. A guy that can't really make him rich. I mean, he took over a $2 million payday to fight Quigg instead of fighting Rigondeaux. Oh, whatever. But I just don't really give a shit about that fight. Frampton Rigondeaux. I'm not interested. It's got stinker written all over it. I mean, there's other guys Rigondeaux could fight. There's other opponents out there, more entertaining fights. But people seem to forget that Rigondeaux is very hard to deal with. Turned down lucrative money to fight Lomachenko. And now he's talking about he might be willing to move up, that he might listen to the advice of his team, Rigondeaux, to move up in weight. I find that rather laughable. So now you're willing to move up in weight to fight Frampton, but he wasn't willing to move up in weight to fight Lomachenko. And why is that? I already know why, but it's alright. See how you roll, Rigo. But I really had no interest in watching Frampton Rigondeaux. Doesn't really prove much to me in my eyes, because I don't see Frampton as the best 22-pounder. I don't see him as the best 26-pounder. I don't see him as pound for pound. He's an imposter. He's got a strap around his waist, but I don't believe he's earned it. I don't believe he defeated Leo Santa Cruz. But we'll see what's next for Carl the Gift Frampton. It's very hard to get a decision against this guy, because Frampton, I underestimated his star power. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he really was the A-side in that bout, even though he made a lower purse compared to Leo Santa Cruz for the guaranteed fight night purse. But of course, Frampton earned more from UK television. A lot of options for Frampton. Rigondeaux is not going to be one of them. It's not going to happen. I don't really care if it does happen. It's a stinker anyway. I'm not dying to see that fight. I want to see the rematch of Santa Cruz. It was a good, entertaining fight. And I think Santa Cruz will not make the same mistake he made in that first fight by laying back in the middle rounds and allowing himself to lose 2 rounds of that fight, which was critical. He'll step on the gas pedal. He'll be aggressive, and he'll do what he was supposed to do in the first fight, even though he still won the fight in my eyes. Pretty clearly, if you ask me. But if you want to argue a draw, that's fine. But we'll see. I'm not so sure if Frampton's going to be eager for that rematch. He was slowing down in that first fight. Was starting to wilt from the pressure of Santa Cruz. The activity was going down. He was getting hit a lot cleaner. It depends on where the rematch, if it were to take place and where it were to take place. But I still favor Santa Cruz in the rematch over Carl the Gift Frampton. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.